Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Today, we're going to be going over how to complete the Sunless Cell GM. It's the new GM that is live this week, and here's how to complete it. First off, this first unstopped champ, just hop up on this platform, hit it with a linear fusion rifle and or a fusion rifle, get it stunned up. The second one is the next room over. Very easy to take down. Same thing, take it out with a linear fusion rifle or a fusion rifle to get it stunned and then beat it down. Now, the name of this GM and the way to complete it successfully is take it slow. Each room has its own individual difficulties, nothing too crazy as long as you take your time and work through them slowly. This first room is the easiest of them. You're basically just going to be pushing your way through, taking out the enemies one group at a time. Um, the only things you need to really be worried about are the Bane enemies. If you get a supernova or a drain, it can be a little frustrating, but realistically, just make sure you don't get too many stacks of suffocating terror before you take out the wizards. This next room does have a few difficulties in it. First off, you want to take out the whole middle section before you start working on the side sections. Just makes it easier in the long run. We did have a supernova here. Luckily, they're relatively easy to dodge if A, you take it out, or B, you just break line of sight with it. Is an unstopped champion here. It's the only one in this area. It's not too difficult to take out. I like to take them out from range with my linear. The key to this room is to make sure that you only send one person across to each side, because every time you do, you're going to spawn a wave of enemies on this side, and if you're all stuck over there, it's kind of difficult to actually make it back. So you only want one person to go to each of the zones to destroy the blight balls. Once you destroy those blight balls or initiate destroying one of the blight balls, a group of enemies will spawn on the main platform. You want yourself or your teammates, whoever's still on the main platform, to take them out. They're not necessarily difficult enemies, but they are annoying. Also, avoid the blights. I jumped right into them. Once you've destroyed the blight balls, the next room will open up. This room is what I consider the first real challenge of this GM. You'll be dealing the entire time with suffocating terror, as well as a rather tanky Omen stasis boss. The key to this room is to play it very slow. You'll want to stay at range and kind of take enemies out as quickly as possible, utilizing your different skills. As you notice, I linked them all together with a tether and then continued to use my ranged abilities to take them out. As you can see, I hit max suffocating terror stacks there and died. That is something you really need to monitor in this section because it stacks up very quickly. There's only one unstopped boss that spawns in this area. The rest is just taking out your Omen boss and avoiding those suffocation stacks. Two more things to note about this room. After you've been battling the Omen boss for a little while, two hive wizards will spawn with more suffocating terror eyes. You'll need to kill them to get rid of the eyes, same as you'll need to kill the Omen boss to get rid of the middle eye. After you defeat the Omen boss and a couple more waves of enemies, a 3-bar yellow health ogre will spawn. Once you defeat this ogre, you'll be able to move forward into the next encounter room. This next room is pretty straightforward. You're going to have shriekers on both sides and in the back of the arena. You'll want to take these out first, at least the front ones, before you start dealing with the enemies, because they will rip you to shreds quickly. Note, as you move forward in this arena, there will be two unstoppable champions that you need to deal with. They can push you at the same time, so you'll need to be careful with that. Otherwise, they're not very difficult to deal with. Once you've cleared forward in this arena, there will be two taken bosses at the back of the arena called taken wardens. You really only need to take out one of these to progress forward. I have heard rumors that if you don't kill both, there can be a soft lock, so you might want to just be in practice of killing them both, but it's not necessary. These are pretty easy to deal with. They're just giant meatballs, basically. They take a lot of damage to take down. Once you do kill one of them, the door behind them will open up. You can go through there. Note there's another unstoppable champion there, but it's very easy to take down. There's not a lot of enemies with it. And then you will be at the Dread Bridge. The Dread Bridge is pretty straightforward and easy to beat. Just be aware that if you move forward too quickly, you will get overrun by the Dread Husks, so just be careful with that. Finally, we're at the boss battle. This boss battle, the first half is very easy, very straightforward. You're just basically doing damage to the boss. The only things you need to worry about are the cursed thrall that will spawn and the final set of wizards that spawn. The first set of wizards that spawn, they'll spawn with suffocating eyes. They don't actually attack you, so you don't have to worry about the wizards themselves. The second set of wizards don't spawn with suffocating eyes, and they do attack you, so you do need to be careful about them. The real boss battle begins after you kill the second set of wizards and the enemy boss becomes taken. What makes this boss battle difficult is that it's basically a Thunderdome. You're stuck in this tight enclosed area with the boss, and there's going to be dread spawning as well as 2 unstoppable champions over time. The husks will just run directly at you, so you need to be careful, and the as well as the unstoppable champion while the boss is attacking you. The best way I've found to deal with this fight is to take out all of the ads first. There'll be 2 waves that spawn. Take out the first wave, deal damage to the boss. Take out the second wave, deal damage to the boss. It's the most effective way I've found to completing this, because if you just ignore the ads, they will mess you up. Now, if this guide was helpful, make sure you leave a like and subscription down below for any more guides. Leave a comment as well on any guides you'd like to see me do, whether it's a dungeon or exotic mission or another GM like this. Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next video.